And we're on. Hi. Hey, everybody. It's Crystal.
And Rugi.
And this is Real Walk
to Real Talk.
I said it without getting tongue-tied.
I know, we're getting better at it.
Okay, so today we are talking about, what are we talking about? Oh, healthy heart, healthy mind.
Yes.
So, I guess where do we start? We were having a discussion about how important it is for your internal feelings about yourself to be healthy. Like, if your heart doesn't really agree with what your mind is telling you,
it's not gonna,
then it doesn't really manifest. It doesn't
link together.
You don't walk life out in that way. And, you know, doing a lot of reflecting on how you feel about yourself. We all have, like, daily struggles, you know, when you decide that you want to live your best life. Right. Then you start to reevaluate, like, what your perception is of yourself and
others around you.
And
that's a big one.
Sometimes we walk around and we say in our head, like, you know, I'm capable, I'm strong, I'm this, I'm that, which is all positive, but meanwhile, secretly, you're struggling, you're depressed, you're
constantly in a battle between what your mind says, what your heart says, and what society says.
And you lack self-confidence, and basically not having your heart and your mind congruent in a positive way leaves an opportunity for the enemy to speak lies to you, and you start to believe them, and you just let him take resident in your heart. And so we talked about how, amongst ourselves, like how it can be taboo in the African American community specifically to not go seek help and use, like, positive tools to get your heart and your mind, you know, in a stable place, like, you know,
therapy.
Right, counseling, life coach.
Talking to people outside of your circle, because, you know, we're taught family business is to stay at home. And sometimes you need...
Or just talking to people, period. Like, sometimes...
People get so mad, especially families, sometimes when you talk about an incident that may have happened to you years ago, and it's something that has been brushed under the rug for so long that you can only put something and brush it under the rug for so long before it just keeps piling. Right. And then what do you do at this point in time? You either can't walk around it, you can't climb over it because it's too big, and the problem is there staring at you in the face.
Yeah.
So
it's important to talk. Like, don't brush things under the rug. Don't keep things locked up, because what it does is it festers and it creates other bad roots, and then you're bearing all these unhealthy seeds in your life. And then
and I can honestly say I'm guilty of that. I was guilty.
I think everybody is.
Yeah. Because for me, sometimes I could hold things in, and people could do stuff to me, and then I won't say anything for a really long time. And then I will blow up about, it could be the smallest things, but like then I'll let you know about everything you did from way back when up until you, like, stepped on my shoe, and then I just lost it on you. So.
Right. I think for me personally, which I'm working on, in the past, like, if somebody hurts me, it's because I let them in a vulnerable space. I don't usually do that. So I feel like if you take that for granted, if you hurt me, then I might not say nothing. I might just cut you off, which is not really the healthiest thing to do either, because you're still not tending to the matter at hand.
And I do that in dating sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
I do it all the time. I'm working on it.
She'll just stop talking to people. She won't even give them a notice that this isn't happening anymore.
I just hope that, you know, they can, and I'm really working on it. So I apologize to whoever may see this and wonder why I stopped talking to them. It's because it's just not working, and I just don't feel like talking to you about it to almost for you to convince me that this is gonna work. Right. And I just don't feel like doing it. So it's just easy for me to just.
So, like, basically, we struggle with, like, communicating. That's what
at the end of the day, yeah.
It's struggling to communicate, because I feel like at some points when you're communicating, you have to be, like, open. You have to bare your soul and who wants to do that all the time. Sometimes you just don't want to do that.
And ways that I've been working on it is to really have the conversations with people, which is definitely
Uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's actually helped me to be able to talk and realize what I have done, and not necessarily
what they did.
Yeah, what they did. Because sometimes it's not necessarily about what the person did; it's about you. And there's nothing wrong with putting you first to get to a healthy space. Because I feel like if I didn't work on the communication issues that I have now, when I do get a husband, I don't want that to be a big problem that I have, because I watch her marriage, and you have to be able to communicate in marriage. And so that's just things that I realize that I have to work on, because that's something that that's baggage that I don't want to bring into my future marriage, you know, with my husband, wherever he's at. But
shout out to my future brother-in-law.
Hey,
wherever you at.
where
No.
you at? Hey, boo.
That's funny that you say that, because I this is just what I think. I think you think that my marriage is pretty healthy, and it really is. But I feel like we even are working on like new levels of communicating with each other.
Well, because I've seen your marriage grow within the past, almost 7 years. And your communication has gotten a lot better. Talking through problems and calming down.
Yeah.
Because sometimes...
It's a little firecracker sometimes. That can be.
Firecracker, like 4th of July. You know, it just happens.
Don't put me on blast.
No, I wasn't only talking about you. But I'm just saying, like... sometimes that plays a big role in it. And so sometimes when you're able to see people, my parents have been married for over 30 something years, and I've seen them also. So I've seen healthy marriages, and I've also seen marriages that lacked communication, that didn't stand a chance, that they're not married anymore. But I know that I want to go into my marriage, wherever he is again, in a healthy space. So this past year and a half or so, I've really taken accountability for my actions and what part I played in relationships, because I wasn't a very nice person sometimes, and that's just the reality.
That's the part about having like a healthy heart and a healthy mind, because when you really start to acquire the tools to be healthy, then you realize like who you really are. You realize what you need from a person. You love yourself, so then you know what to expect from other people.
Right. And I think I also chase God a whole lot more. And that definitely helped me.
That's number one.
Yeah, that's number one, because until you're in that space where you're full-blown vulnerable with God and allowing Him to take the reins, you can't do it with nobody else. Nope. I can't deal with other people and what they're talking about and what they got going on if my relationship with God isn't right and it's not healthy. And I'm in a healthy space to where now I can identify when something's not going to work, but also have the ability to tell somebody, like, right now, this ain't it. But, you know, it's cool for you. Like, I totally
and not feel anything about it, about yourself.
Because especially now, society will have you, you know, thinking like, oh my God, you're not married yet, you don't have kids, and that's a lot of pressure within itself. But you have to know that, like she said, like I had to feel it in my heart that I know my significant other is gonna come and we're gonna have kids, to get that going in my mind. Because you can have it in your mind, but if it's not in your heart, there's nothing that anybody can say. Then you really don't believe it. You don't believe it, and so now. You have to prepare yourself for that person, and that's just what I've learned. Not everybody is going to meet their significant other and be with them years before they get married and have kids, but...
Wait, are you pointing at me?
Yeah, I'm pointing at you, because you know, like, there's not a lot of young... Well, I think they're probably out there, and if you're watching this, let us know your story. That'd be cool. You can email us, but there's not a lot of young couples that sometimes make it to the point where they're at. You've been married how many years now?
7 in August.
But you guys have been together
14 years.
Exactly. Yeah. So that doesn't happen all the time. So, you know, it's a blessing to be able to see a relationship like that, but also know it's not easy, and that's the reality of it.
We're going to be married 8 years in August. not 7. It's already 7 years.
Congratulations.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to correct that.
Mhm.
Anyways, no, that's part of the benefits of having a healthy heart is you gain peace and about things that you want to accomplish. You're not so I guess stressed or feeling down about stuff not happening when you want it to happen because your heart and your mind is healthy and you know that you know that you know.
Right.
So you don't worry about it. You just live in the now. You live in your abundance. And I think that we all want or have the desire to live our best life, to live in abundance. And doing that, it requires us to take inventory of what you are letting fester, what you are letting sit and manifest in your heart. You want good things, and you want to do away with the things that are negative. And sometimes that requires digging deep, and you have to face some of your ugly demons. You have to face some of the most tragic times in your life. But the thing about it is you can get through it. You can get over that stuff if you do the work.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy, but
You can't be afraid to do it.
right.
It's uncomfortable, but when you are uncomfortable, that's growth.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
For sure. I think the final note would be, which she posted today was, what did you say? Sometimes deleting people, and I'll add things from your life, is really not always about them or the thing. It's really about you getting to your best space, your
peace.
Your peace. So we encourage everybody to go out and do what you need to do. If you are struggling in the mental, if you're struggling in the heart, get help, because your mental and emotional stability is just as important as your physical fitness.
Right.
They are congruent, and you want to be whole. So go after being whole. Get that healthy heart. Deuces.
Heart. Oh, I was trying to make it.